Hello and welcome back to another devlog of my solo indie adventure game. Honestly, I think this video shows the biggest visual update with the smallest amount of effort. Seriously. In the opener you already saw how the current game world is looking right now, and to give you a comparison, this is how the game world looked before this update. I've been asking myself why I don't like the style of my game when it actually doesn't look that terrible. The post-processing is there, dynamic light, and also the models fit together. But the tree models were very static, and there were thousands of them all over the map. Trees are the main feature of the world, and they are not dynamic. They don't have shaders, they look almost the same except for the size, they don't have leaves blowing in the wind, and in general, other games look better. So I set the trees as a starting point for making changes to my game world, and the goal was to improve the trees. Since someone of you had also commented under a video that it's funny that the tree, which actually looks like a conifer, drops an acorn and not a pine cone or something like that. And that gave me the idea to just not put conifers on the map. So thanks for the thought, jmanpink1132 or jmanpink1132 or however you are pronounced. Please write me in the comments. I already had the grass and the red flowers. I don't know to this day if they are roses or not. I'm not a biologist. Anyway, these assets I already had from an asset pack, and there were also wonderful trees inside. These trees not only look incredibly good, but also fit perfectly with the other assets in the game world. Also, the trees have shaders that make the leaves shake in the wind, which makes the world 1000% more alive. Especially since there are trees everywhere. In combination with the already existing post-processing effect and the fog, this game scene looks wonderful, I think. Also, the God Ray, the volumetric light that can be seen from time to time, comes into its own much better now. But what makes this scene so special for me? First of all, the skybox is a super important part of the environment. Not only does it look great in my opinion, but it also changes through 4 times a day so that the correct time of the day is represented. This goes hand in hand with the dynamic lighting. So a sunset, for example, looks much more aesthetic now. The light that shines through the now existing leaves of the tree with the bloom effect in the post-processing looks so natural but good. In addition, the shader, which not only applies to the leaves but also on the grass objects, lets these parts of the world wave. This makes the game world seem a bit more dynamic and real. What also improves the scene are various particles that bring movement into the static scene. Small dirt particles or butterflies, at night also fireflies. I also added small leaf particles to the cherry blossom tree so that small pink leaves blow in the wind, which looks very dreamy. All this interaction is why I think the map looks so much better now than before. Before it was just a static tree bunch thingy that differed in size and maybe small color differences. Since we're on the subject of undynamic game objects, I also noticed that not all objects in the game world are interactable. But that's exactly what I want. I want the player to be able to cut down every tree, mine every rock, pick up every mushroom and destroy every crate. This is for the simple reason that I want to give the player as much feedback as possible, so the player gets that juicy game feel and maybe has a little more fun playing the game. To change this, I decided to let the player destroy crates in the first step. For this, I loaded a crate I already created in my game into Blender and cut the crate into a little less than 100 parts. I spawned this new object in my game world as soon as the original crate was destroyed. This has the effect that the crate now looks destroyed and the player feels a bit more powerful when he has destroyed a part of the game world. These crates have the chance to drop something, so by destroying such world objects, the player can also collect items or money depending on where the game's going. So that is everything that happened last week, except for some small changes in the code to clean it up a bit or remove some technical depth. Super boring stuff, I don't need to show these in these videos I guess. But I hope you enjoyed it. If so, then I really would be happy if you leave a like here and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any updates on this game. See you in the next video.
I can't get it out.